welcome back. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscribes, and to those of you who have booked a personal reading with me, please keep in mind that these are general messages, so do not take them personally. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can find that information in the description box below. So let's pull a message on the new moon today, August 4th. The new moon in Leo peaks. So let's pull a message to see what is the energy surrounding the new moon at this time. Help me to articulate a clear and concise message in order for it to be received in the way that you want it to best be received. Help me to see what it is that I need to see to get the message across as clear as possible. And help me to deliver any messages that you deem worthy in order to serve your highest good, for the highest good of humanity with harm to none. What message do you have for the collective at this time surrounding the new moon in Leo? What message do you have for the collective at this time regarding the new moon in Leo? So you have deep cellular healing, the cosmic heart, and lost lands with forged don't follow at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely the energy of something being regenerated, something being shifted, something is being renewed, right? And we've been kind of experiencing that renewal energy for the past few readings, right? I did a reading a few videos back where the energy was just, or it was a couple readings actually, where the energy came out where it was kind of like something being cleansed, right? And so now with this new moon energy, it feels as if like that energy is being replenished, right? Things are being shifted, new aspects are being put in place of the things that have been shed, right? So definitely a restructure of the DNA, right? A restructure of the mindset, a restructure of your lifestyle, a restructure of your habits, a restructure of maybe your schedule, a restructuring of your relationships, your connections, right? So there's definitely the energy here of you being more aligned with your true self, you being more aligned with your direct path, you being more aligned with, how can I put this into words? Like your purpose, so to speak, right? It's almost as if things are being renewed in a sense so that you have this new space to discover, right? Things are being, it's almost as if your true self is being revealed in a way, right? Who you truly are, not based on the experiences that you've had to go through to get to this place, but the actuality of your spirit, the actuality of who it is that you are in your DNA, right? In your spirit body, right? Not in your physical body, not in your mental body, right? Not in your heart space, but in the spiritual essence of the magnetism of who you are, not just in this reality, but within past realities and within who you have always been, right? Although that who you are may not be how other people have always perceived you to be, right? Or it could be that other people were able to perceive who you truly are authentically, but you weren't operating within that authenticity because you weren't able to see it for yourself, right? Take it how it resonates. It's going to resonate for each of you differently. But this is definitely the energy here of you aligning with your soul's true purpose, with your spiritual authenticity of who it is that you are, right? Your DNA is being renewed, refreshed, replenished, right? You're getting ready to exist within the reality of who it is, not only who you perceive yourself to be, but within the reality of who you are, walking in your divine purpose, aligning yourself with the right connections, aligning yourself with the right mindsets, with the right habits, with the right lifestyle choices, right? So definitely this deep cellular healing is definitely the energy here of you. Like, I'm really getting like walking in your purpose with that card. There's a lot of, let's pull some tarot, because there's a lot of things that are coming up off of that card. Like, again, that can just be the work that you have done to get to this place, right? You shedding the parts of yourself who don't align with who you truly are. You releasing friendships who don't align with who you are or where you're going, right? You releasing yourself from mindsets and choosing not to act on choices that don't align with your purpose and your true sense of direction, right? So there's definitely a lot that has shifted. There's a lot that you have been made aware of. There's a lot that you have revealed about yourself, and you have worked hard to shift the reality of existing within or existing behind a mask, I should say. Yeah, make your life a moving prayer. You've done everything that you said you were going to do up until this point, right? You are who you say you are. Everything that you said that you would achieve, you have, right? Everything that you said that you wanted or that you desired to obtain, you have up until this point, and it's only going to manifest in a more abundant manner, right? So definitely this is the energy here of something being opening up, right? The lost lands. You've done this before, right? So you have essentially reached this level of wealth, this level of abundance, this level of success, this level of fulfillment, right? You've reached this before in maybe a past life, right? But this is you kind of aligning yourself within that same journey in this reality, right? Because you have, again, done the work to remove yourself from the parts of yourself that don't align with your true self. You're not somebody who follows the rules, right? You're someone who kind of creates your own rules, and then you know, forge your own path, right? You're a leader. You inspire others, right? You take matters into your own hands. When you don't see a way out, you create your own way out. You're not somebody who sits and remains stuck in a situation waiting for a solution to appear. You create your own solution. Clarify deep cellular healing. So definitely this new moon is definitely opening up a new level. It's aligning you to your purpose. It's aligning you towards the things that you have worked so hard to obtain. It's aligning you with your purpose. It's aligning you with the path that you desire to take. It's putting you on the journey that you are seeking to achieve, right? Clarify deep cellular healing. Look, the Magician, right? Okay, give me one more. The Star. All your dreams are coming true, right? You have the ability to make all of your dreams come true. You have the ability to create the life that you desire for yourself, right? Your faith is strong because you have multiple, or you have gained many levels, or you have strengthened your faith many times over based on the experiences and the things that you have had to overcome, right? You, again, this is clarifying deep cellular healing. This is you. The star represents healing, right? It represents a renewal of faith. It represents maintaining your faith, right? It represents opening yourself up to a level of vulnerability so that you are able to be shaped and molded into what it is that you are desiring to be, right? The magician is somebody who has multiple resources. He's somebody who has the ability to make something out of nothing, right? Somebody who, so this is definitely you creating circumstances or creating your own sense of circumstances with the cards that you were dealt, right? You being able to look at the color scheme, see how the colors are kind of like matched in the background, right? It's got the blue at the bottom, and then it's got the pink at the top, and then so again, alignment. It's just alignment. It's that sense of vulnerability. It's that sense of vulnerability in a way where you were able to accept the fact that you weren't going to be able to hold on to who you are, to things that were holding you back, people that were holding you back. You weren't going to be able to hold on to mindsets that were holding you back, habits that you were existing in that were keeping you from growing towards your fullest potential. You weren't going to be able to exist within that reality of stagnancy, of depression, so to speak, of anxiety, of overthinking, right? Existing in connections and relationships that weren't indulging in your growth and expansion, right? They weren't feeding your spirit. They weren't feeding your mind. They weren't supporting your growth. They weren't supporting your dreams. They weren't supporting your goals. They weren't supporting your desires or helping you to, not necessarily helping you, but they just weren't feeding you in a way that was necessary for you to hold on to them, right? They were more so vampires, right? Draining you of the things that you had to offer versus helping you to gain more, right? So definitely letting go of those things has helped to strengthen your faith, strengthen your confidence, right? And the more that you let go, the easier that it became, right? The more that you changed your habits, the more that you changed your routines, the easier it was for you to accept new ones. The easier it was for you to exist in new lifestyles, right? The more comfortable that you were letting go of connections that were just holding you back, the more open you were to accepting things that you were aligned with, right? That were aligned with your purpose, right? That did have the same growth mindset that you had, right? Because if you are maintaining yourself within friendships, not even just friendships, but like business partnerships, family relationships, acquaintanceships, right? Whatever it is, romantic relationships, right? Partnerships. If you continue to exist in those connections and you guys don't have the same, again, growth mindset, you don't have the same vision, you don't have the same goals, you don't have the same desire to grow within the same areas or within the same manners, you don't have the same drive, right? Then those people are just going to, if you continue to exist within that energy of stagnancy, it's only going to hold you in that place of stagnancy, right? So you being confident within yourself, you having the courage to release yourself from those connections that were holding you back, from those, again, connections not just meaning personable relationships, but also relationships, again, with your mindsets, with your habits, with your lifestyle. This is a general message. So again, if you continue to maintain yourself within those connections, and you're just going to remain within that reality, right? So you being more confident and having the courage to let go of those things only opened you up into a new level where you were aligning yourself with your true desires, purpose. And this energy here of the new moon in Leo is offering you that new space, right? It's opening up that sense of renewal. It's going to reveal to you. It's almost like I'm seeing like it's this, right? Like walking into a new portal, walking into a new world. This card here as well. Like you're existing within a new reality, right? You started off here and you forge the path, you release things that were no longer serving your highest good, and now this new moon is going to open you up into this reality that you have created for yourself. It's going to open you up into this new level of purpose that you have desired to achieve, that you have desired to operate within, right? It's going to open you up to a new world of opportunities, to a new world of a new level of creativity, to a new world of opportunities, right? To a new perspective of relationships, to a new perspective of, or just a new insight to who you are as a person, right? Clarify the cosmic heart. So definitely be grateful for yourself, for keeping the promise to yourself that you would achieve the goals that you desire, right? Because, again, you've done everything that you said that you would, and it's only going to keep getting better, right? You're only going to keep reaching new levels. You're only going to keep checking things off of your list, right? Clarify cosmic heart. The Four of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Justice. Again, with the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, right? These are the connections that I was just speaking of, right? So, again, some sort of emotional connections, whether this is relationships of any kind, whether this is mindsets of any kind, but you have definitely, again, the cosmic heart, making your life a moving prayer, devotion, and potency, right? You had to let go. There was a lot of grieving because you were in a place of unsatisfaction, because the things that you were surrounding yourself with prior to this moment were draining you, right? They were draining you of everything that you had to offer. They did not have anything to offer. They didn't have the same opportunities to offer you as you were offering them, right? I hope that's making sense, right? So if you were offering them your time, your attention, you were allowing them to vent to you, you created a sense of safe space for them to exist, right? To release themselves, to reveal their true selves, right? They didn't have the ability to offer you that same space, right? You weren't able to truly show or live within your true purpose and existence without judgment on their behalf, right? Whereas you allowed them the safe space to exist within your reality without judgment, right? You allowed them to exist within your safe space without gossip. You allowed them to exist within your safe space without negative intention is the main underlying goal, right? Whereas when you try to receive that same level of respect from those or things that you felt, things or people, ideas that you felt connected to, you weren't awarded that same opportunity, right? You were met with gossip. You were met with people betraying you behind your back. You were met with people spreading lies, spreading rumors. But this new moon is offering you the balance, right? Because you have released yourself from those things, because you have deaded those things, you have focused on the things that fulfill you, right? God is getting ready to offer you a gift that's going to bring balance within your life, right? It's going to bring justice to you, right? It's going to be able to afford you the same things that you can afford it, right? It's going to feed you and nourish you. It's going to offer you that sense of safety, that sense of security, right? It's going to add to your value, right? It's not going to diminish your value. It's not going to try to take from your value. It's not going to try to diminish your value in any way, right? Try to make you perceive yourself in any way other than your true existence, right? Because again, if you were existing in these connections where people saw you as the star, but they were, again, intimidated by your light, so they tried to make you feel smaller than what you actually were, right? So you releasing those things, you releasing those thought processes, you releasing those habits, right? You releasing those people who tried to put you in that space is going to offer you a new space that is going to add to your value. It's going to add to your worth. It's going to add to your security. It's going to add to your confidence. It's going to add to your sense of protection, right? It's going to add to your sense of discipline. It's going to add to your courage, right? It's going to bring balance in your life. It's going to bring justice in your life, right? It's going to give you all of the things that you feel you are worthy of, right? It's going to provide you with all of the things that align you, again, with your true path, right? It's going to add to your legacy, right? It's going to add to your worth, to your sense of self-worth, right? And it's only going to strengthen the connection that you have with self, strengthen the connection that you have with God, and ultimately strengthen the connection that you have with others around you that, again, contribute to the value of your legacy. Clarify lost lands. Again, this is a sense of remembering who you are, right? Accepting who you are, accepting your divine purpose, and accepting the work that you're going to have to put into it, right? So just because you're being awarded this new opportunity doesn't mean that things are getting ready to get easier, right? You're still going to have to remain disciplined. You're still going to have to remain committed, right? You're still going to have to learn lessons that contribute to your growth and expansion, because you are going to experience uncharted territory. So again, just because you are leveling up, just because you are moving to a deeper sense of your purpose, right? That doesn't mean that there won't be new lessons to learn. That doesn't mean that there won't be new ideas or new perspectives that you will have to take into consideration, right? You're still going to have to, again, remain disciplined. You're going to have to commit yourself. You're going to have to honor yourself and remember why you are fulfilling this purpose in the first place, right? Clarify lost lands. But something is definitely being established here. Something is being secured here. Something is, again, with this new level of openness, you are securing your future. You're securing your destiny and aligning yourself within fulfilling your life's purpose. You're securing your spot as the leader, the inspirer, the influencer, the motivator, right? Because again, you have the star and the magician, so you have the resources, you have that star power, you have that those leadership qualities, right? You have the ability to inspire those around you to align themselves, right? You help to heal others just because you have worked so hard to heal yourself, right? So again, you have obtained the resources, the knowledge, the emotional space, the emotional vulnerability, the sense of awareness, the sense of enlightenment, that sense of inspiration, that sense of vulnerability. You have obtained all of these skills, all of these lessons, right? To help guide others on their own personal journeys, right? To lead them on their own, to direct them towards their own purpose, to living within their own, or to following their own guidance, to living or existing within their own true sense of authenticity, right? However that may look for you or them personally. Clarify lost lands. The Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, right? Truth, discipline, commitment, again, the sense of resources, that sense of openness, that sense of vulnerability and understanding, the delicacy of growing, of creation, of aligning yourself with your true life's purpose, of living within who you're meant to be within this reality, right? Being able to discern the gifts of others, being able to have a sense of enlightenment and awareness of who people truly are, regardless of who they portray themselves to be. With the high priestess at the bottom of the deck, see, I didn't even see that at the bottom. You have that awareness. You have that enlightenment, right? You can see the unseen. You know the unknown, right? You have hidden knowledge, right? This is also speaks to spiritual wisdom, spiritual guidance, right? I just saw the Ace of Swords, right? Truth. That's confirmation. Truth, right? You have that sense of awareness. You have that sense of discernment. You have that sense of guidance because you've achieved it within yourself. But you're also just, this also just speaks to like your sense of being wise, your sense of, again, taking the lessons that you've learned and being able to apply them not only to your life, but using those same tools to help others fulfill their true desires, right? Yeah. So let's pull again. So this new moon might be bringing you many blessings, right? You're definitely going to be walking within your purpose in this new season, in this new. So let's pull 4 cards to close this message out. One card for what we can learn as the major lesson regarding this message. One card for what we can create regarding this message. One card for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message. And one card for what we can innovate regarding new habits to continue the growth and expansion within our cycles regarding this message. One card for what we can learn. Happy life, right? With ending a trauma. Again, new beginnings. This is giving death and rebirth energy, right? You have let go, right? You have reached this new portal, right? So again, the lesson here is that you can create any reality that you desire, right? Because again, you have obtained these resources, you have obtained these knowledge, right? You've mastered the energy of alchemy, you've mastered the energy of transformation, you've mastered the energy of taking things from one state of being and molding them into a new state of being that is beneficial to you within that current moment, right? Again, you've mastered the energy of the magician, right? Not necessarily manipulation in a bad way, but just manipulation in general. Again, being able to take things from one state of being to transforming them into another state of being that is beneficial to where you are and to where you desire to go within your current state of reality, right? So again, learning the lesson of you have the ability to create whatever world it is that you desire to exist in, right? If you desire whatever happiness looks like to you, whatever a sense of fulfillment looks like to you, you have the tools, you have the necessary resources that you need to create that sense of fulfillment that you desire to achieve, right? All it takes is your discipline. All it takes is your commitment, your willingness to learn, your willingness to be molded, your willingness to be vulnerable, your willingness to let go of things that you may have formed a bond with, formed a connection with. But if they're no longer serving your highest good, right, then you know that it's okay to sever that connection, right? You are comfortable with severing ties that are no longer beneficial to the reality in which you are desiring to move towards, right? Again, death and rebirth, right? Your ability to go from one state of being to another state of being, right? You have the lesson here is that you have the ability to transform. You have learned the lesson of creation, of rebirth, right? One card for what we can create. Open mind with concealed power at the bottom of the deck, right? This is giving high priestess energy, right? This is giving the energy of the observer, right? So definitely creating a sense of vulnerability with being accepting to new perspectives, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to adopt that perspective as your own, but being open to receiving that perspective and using it towards your benefit, right? Taking the lesson of that perspective, taking the knowledge from that perspective, taking the sense of awareness from that perspective, right? And using it to your own benefit again, right? So again, creating your own power, right? Creating your own sense of awareness, creating your own viewpoint, right? Replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. Again, rebirth, transformation. You are getting ready to step into a completely new world, right? A new world that you envisioned, right? But you never could have pictured yourself stepping into this reality, right? And this reality is getting ready to open itself up to you. It's getting ready to reveal itself to you, right? Give birth to the wonder of revelation, right? Sharing your resources, sharing the lessons that you have learned, right, in the past, right? Sharing your wisdom with those and helping to align them within their own journeys, right? To exist within their own true sense of authenticity. One message for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message. Work of art and silencing the mind. Meditation. Meditate more, right? Focus on allowing yourself to observe your thought. Focus on allowing yourself to envision the things that you wish to create, right? Focus on allowing yourself the space to receive information, to receive that sense of guidance from God, right? To receive the steps that you need to, or the tools that you need to take the next step forward, right? Meditate on what it is that you have already created for yourself, right? Meditate on how far you have come, right? Meditate on the world that you're truly existing in, right? The blessing that you're currently living in that was at one point just a prayer that you were wishing to achieve, right? You are currently living in a manifested prayer, in a blessing that you at one point only saw as a vision, right? So definitely continue to focus on where it is that you continue to grow, to go. Give grace for yourself, right? Make sure to forgive yourself again for the lessons that you have experienced and the lessons that you're going to have to learn moving forward. Accept the fact that art is beautiful, but also sometimes very dark, right? Sometimes you have to be placed in the dark so that your light has the ability to shine, right? So again, yeah, definitely just learning to meditate more. Focus on meditating more. Focus on receiving guidance versus trying to make all of the decisions for yourself, right? And one card for what we can innovate. Dawn of Love with Speak Out. Again, this is portal energy. You see the portal there? The new world that you're walking into, right? Continue to align your mindset. Continue to align your heart space. Continue to allow your personable relationships, whether that be friendships, whether that be partnerships, business relationships, acquaintanceships, romantic relationships, family connections, right? Continue to align yourself with the emotional space, with the mental space, with the spiritual space in which you're desiring to achieve, right? Innovating new ways to continue to create solutions and not dwell within the problems that present themselves, right? But that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope that it resonated. I know that if you made it to the end of this video, you have found something in it that is worthy and valuable to you. Have a good one. Bye.